Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hi.
He's working on a computer right now. He's trying to get a link to share with all of you.
I'm gonna
He's-
readjust. I'm
needs to
doing
close
my job.
He's doing his job. It's fine. Don't worry about him. Pay no
I-
attention
Don't
to the
adjust
man
the
behind
camera.
the curtain.
Don't adjust it. I will
Um,
be back in a sec. You can enjoy my shoulder for the moment.
Welcome everybody to a Tanglewoods Red live stream. We are finally starting to show off all of the 20 strong Tanglewoods decks starting today with Red. Thank you for joining us. My name is Josh Welgus. You know me as Gilly. I do things like write updates and talk to you on live streams and sometimes work on games and I am joined here by my esteemed colleague who is not in frame.
I'm Andrew, and I post while the stream is live.
He posts while the stream is live. He's working on a video description for this very stream right now. He's also working on getting a link posted in the description for the Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era's upcoming Heroes of Tamriel expansion campaign. We just launched the preview page this morning. It doesn't offer a ton of information, full disclosure, but it does give you an opportunity to follow the page, and we will have updates coming over the course of the next month as we, or 2 months, I suppose, as we hurtle toward the August, today's August 14th, right? Today's the 14th?
Today is August 14th.
So
that
the
is correct.
campaign launches 2 months, 2 months from today.
Yes.
There's been stuff happening on the 14th of every month. We're inviting some folks here to CTG next month for a preview weekend showing off a lot of this expansion content to content creators early and getting some coverage on that front. But the preview page is live. We will be adding some more things to it. We're in the process of getting box art for all of these new expansions for Elder Scrolls approved through Bethesda. As soon as we have approval on those boxes, we will be adding those to the page with a brief description of each of the expansions that we have coming. But yeah, get ready for that campaign. 5 new Elder Scrolls expansions. Yes. We've got Fur and Fang. We've got Somerset, we've got Elsewhere, we've got Shadows of Oblivion, and we have the self-titled album,
There you go.
Heroes of Tamriel.
Yep.
And all of them have a variety of different things and a lot of fun surprises. There is also going to be a free mini expansion similar to the Thieves' Trove, which, you know, as most of you know, ended up getting added into the base game because we just felt it made the base game better at the end of the day. But we were doing a similar kind of stretch goalie card pack that is truly fairly endless in its scope. They are true stretch goals. So there will also be some foiled surprises that I won't want to give away in a little promo pack that I think will make you all laugh. I hope it makes you all laugh. So
they're very funny.
Yeah, lots of stuff coming. So I wanted to let you all know about that. On that same note, there will be an update coming to the original Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era campaign later today that will have an update on the progress of language additions. It will also officially be releasing the achievements and challenge modifiers. I think augmentations is what we've been calling them here in the office. And so that download will be made available for free in that update. But spoiler alert, if you go to the support page on our website for the Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era right now, you can actually download that PDF already. It is available to be downloaded, but we'll be talking a little bit more about it in the update today and linking out to it. So that is something you have to look forward to. But also, on that same note, I do also just want to get ahead of this a little bit. There's probably a lot of folks who have noticed that we're running the Elder Scrolls campaign in October. And if you backed a language edition of Betrayal of the Second Era, you do not have it in hand yet. And that is why we are putting out an update on language editions later today. all of the language editions are well in hand. And when I say well in hand, I don't mean literally in my hands. I mean they are either in a state of near completion / e-proofs are being approved / production is starting on them in terms of mass manufacturing. Again, it varies by region and by language a little bit, but they are well in hand. They are progressing very, very nicely. And most of them, we believe, are going to deliver in the December-January window, most likely. Now, again, I just announced we have a preview for an upcoming campaign. I've talked about this in previous streams before, but moving forward, we are most likely moving to, and certainly for the Elder Scrolls, this will be the case, but for all of our campaigns moving forward, we continue to lean toward English-only campaigns moving into the future. And again, that it has nothing to do with our desire to do language editions of all of our games moving forward. Again, we're doing more language editions than we've ever done before, and that's actually part of the problem on campaigns. We ran the original Betrayal of the Second Era campaign over 2 years ago at this point, I think. I forget the exact date. But and like we're done with that game. Like we've delivered that game. It's been widely available on our own website for like 4 or 5 months now, and we're moving on to the next thing. In the meantime, we have 12 language editions on Betrayal of the Second Era that we need to continue to update folks on, and that has become just and then you multiply that across Dragons of Etchenstone and Roth and Hoplomachus Pandora's Box, and all of these other campaigns that are kind of hanging out there. We don't have the resources to effectively keep all of you language edition backers up to date in to a standard that we are comfortable with as it relates to our campaigns moving forward. We feel like we are letting you down. We feel like we are doing a very bad job of giving you timely information on the status of those translations. Part of that is because we are not getting like super, super regular communication from our language partners because they're working on your translations. They're not spending their day talking to us about it. But a lot of it is just like we don't have enough people here internally to be writing updates that often. Updates do take a lot of time and energy and work. And so moving forward, we feel like it's going to be better for everybody, both from a communication standpoint and from a setting expectations standpoint, to simply go back to English only on our campaigns, with language editions being handled locally and directly by the partners themselves that are working on those games and releasing those games in foreign language markets. So Heroes of Tamriel will be the first example of that, almost certainly. And then moving forward, we expect that will likely be the case for most campaigns in the future. So we understand if that is disappointing to some of you. We hope, though, that, again, it provides a better experience for all backers moving forward, even if it's a little bit of a bummer to not have your language represented on a specific campaign in the future. So, anyway, just letting you know that. Again, we'll be talking more about that probably in today's update, but for sure coming in today's update is a link to the preview page for Heroes of Tamriel and a link to download those achievements and augmentations, which I think should address the only real primary criticism I've seen for Betrayal of the Second Era, which is that some of you just want it to be a lot harder. And we've done that for you in spades. The reaction to the early reaction as we've kind of soft launched these into the Discord and everything has been tremendously positive, and I'm really excited for all y'all to get your hands on that. I don't know. Are you seeing any major questions in the chat that I should be addressing? This is not really meant to be like a huge Q&A, but I am happy to tackle anything that is on fire.
I will ask questions that seem like you could give concise, relevant to your thoughts, answers.
Concise, relevant to my
concise, relevant ideas.
Okay, got it.
Thinking.
I'll give all the concise, relevant I can.
That's all I'm asking. I'm asking.
Great.
The one that keeps popping up, I'm not going to butcher your name, but Tanglewoods, when will we get it? UK,
when will we get it? Yeah.
When get it? I want it.
When get it? We want it. You're going to want it even more after today's stream, ideally. So, again, we have production is done. Manufacturing is done on English. Everything I'm about to say relates only to English. Let me preface everything I say with that. Again, connecting back to what I was just talking about with Elder Scrolls as well. So as it relates to all English editions, containers are on the water. They are expected to land at various points that I don't have the exact container landing dates in front of me, but they range between late this month and very early next month. So second half of August, which starts, I guess, kind of in a day or two, and the first half of September is when most of this stuff is going to be landing. And then depending on the region and the fulfillment partner, we'll get into the queue from there. As it relates to United States fulfillment, we will be starting fulfillment as soon as the container arrives. So you can expect, I think the last week of August is when the U.S. container is set to land, I believe. Again, this will come in an update soon to everybody, but and then we should be able to start fulfilling basically within 24 hours. We'll be jumping right into fulfillment. There are 2 containers coming to the United States, though, and I don't know the splits on that stuff. So there is a chance that if you ordered some accessories, that kind of thing, depending on how stock is arranged in the containers, some of the all-in stuff may need to wait another week or 2 to start fulfilling, depending on how stock arrives. But we are aiming for primarily a September and early September fulfillment on most everything, and that is fairly consistent across most regions from what I remember seeing on the container arrival and departure dates. To that end, we are aiming for a formal release meaning taking things out of pre-order, fulfillment pretty much wrapped. We are aiming to release all Tanglewoods content in very, very early October if we can. So that should tell you how we feel about the fulfillment timelines. Obviously, we always need to bake a little bit of hesitancy into anything we say on that front because you just never know how things go. And until we see the product and the actual containers arrive, we never know for sure. But long-winded, that was not concise.
No.
It was relevant, though.
I mean, whenever I ask you a question, I don't assume that there will be an actually concise answer.
Yeah, that's not really my...
But we didn't hit the 20-minute mark, so that's...
Great.
Yeah.
Great, yeah. So yeah, that's your answer on Tanglewood stuff. Again, there will be an update coming. Pretty much everything is on the water, to my knowledge. We were waiting final confirmation that the European container was on the water. It was supposed to leave well over a week ago. We think it did. We just didn't get formal confirmation of that. So we're waiting that before we put out a big update with timelines.
Someone had a question about Roth errata. Shannon has handled that, so check that out on our website. There's an egregious error in the chat of remember to hit the like button once or thrice, never twice, if you like this stream. Twice is bad. 4 is bad. Even numbers are bad. Can I get a discount code if I buy 458 euros worth of stuff from your store?
You cannot. However, I will say, this is not really a discount code. Later this week, possibly even by the end of the day today, we are launching a new kind of pseudo promotion on our web store, where we will be allowing folks to build your own bundle and get some discounted expansions, free expansions in some case, free accessories in some case, if you spend X amount. And a lot of it's tied to the $200 mark. So if you're planning on spending $400 on the web store soon, odds are that will qualify you for some potentially free accessories or expansions. We're going to be launching that across Too Many Bones, Hopomakis, Cloudspire, Burn Cycle, and then there will be a modest discount on 20 Strong, a $5 discount if you buy the original set. So it's effectively taking the original set. You don't get the promo cards that came with the campaign way back in the day, but you buy base game, Bones, and Hoplo, you'll get a little tiny discount too. So that will be launching again. I think that might be launching as soon as today, along with very, very soon some buyer's guides that will help guide you into how to dive into any of our franchises, because we know, especially with Bones at this point, and Cloudspire soon, once that stuff arrives, it can be very intimidating to know kind of where to start with any of our franchises or lines. So yeah, stay tuned for that. There'll be an email coming next week about those and officially announcing their existence. They're going to soft launch today probably so that we can work out the bugs if there are any bugs. Yep.
All right. So, is this bundle deal retroactive to when I started buying everything that you
It
said?
sure is not. It certainly is not. But it shouldn't. Again, none of these are going to cross into territory that make it a better deal than we've ever offered on like our campaigns and that kind of thing. So if you've bought our games on our campaigns, these are not better deals than what we've offered in the past. They are at best equal, but in most cases slightly worse. So.
Tanglewoods Rose will be available on our web store. That is where you can buy it, but can't do that until the holiday season, which begins on Black Friday, which is only a useful piece of information if you live in the U.S. It is the day after Thanksgiving, again.
Yeah, the official, let's get the official date on that. Let's get the official date on that. 1 second.
Black Friday 2025 is November 28th.
Yes, so November 28th, you can expect to be able to purchase all previous promo content that we make available during the holidays. You can expect to be able to purchase Riffle, the secret gear lock that we only bring out on special occasions.
Yep.
You can expect to be able to purchase Tanglewoods Rose, officially releasing on November 28th. You can expect to be able to purchase the Elder Scrolls Chef Class expansion that we early released at Gen Con, but we will be formally releasing that on Black Friday. You can expect to be able to purchase Dragons of Etchenstone. If you did not back the campaign, that will be releasing on Black Friday. Fulfillment should be well in hand. We should be done fulfilling that game and ready to release it formally on Black Friday. Why are we releasing all of these? And Cloudspire stuff, hopefully. That includes Cloudspire 20 Strong. If you did not back that on the Cloudspire Harbinger campaign, you'll be able to purchase that this holiday season.
Chef Pack?
Did I say the Chef Pack? I didn't.
Maybe.
I think I said it. Yeah.
That would be there too.
The idea here is every time we release like a small item or a promo item, we do hear a fair amount of people will say lamenting the shipping cost that comes attached to any smaller item. And so we're going to save kind of all of these smaller items that are like $20 or less for the most part to release all at once during the holidays, so that essentially if you've been waiting to put in like a big order of any kind, this allows you to kind of put everything together, all the little stuff, all the little promo stuff, all the $20 or less stuff that you've been eyeing, and put it all into one big order and get it all at once and only pay shipping once. That is the philosophy that we're going with on this. And on top of that, some of the stuff just won't be ready until then. So like Dragons we're going to be finishing fulfillment in the fall. So that release date kind of lines up nicely.
Sorry, there's a lot coming in.
This wasn't supposed to be Q&A. It's fine.
I know.
It's fine.
Is there any news on the Guild Vault from you two beautiful kings?
The Guild Vault. So the Guild Vault is the upcoming Elder Scrolls Trove Chest equivalent. No further news on that right now. I forget if I said in the previous update, it is kind of like 2 boxes. So there will be the Trove Chest, like wood, MDF wood situation with printing on it that will handle like all the gameplay components. And then there's basically going to be a separate little like almost like a little magazine box that will handle all of your gazetteers and like literature attached to the Elder Scrolls. So that's the only way we can make it all really fit in a Kallax and be the box, the Guild Vault itself will fit in the Kallax, and then you will need a separate spot to put like the books and the gazetteers and that kind of thing. We can't make everything fit in a single Kallax and have the thing be structurally sound. So that is why we are breaking it up that way. I don't have a price point for you on it yet. We are still working with Gameland to get like all of that figured out and make sure that we have a good understanding of what the production cost on it is going to be before we run ahead and share more on it.
Someone asked where to buy this shirt. I don't know. They don't stock it at the store I bought it at anymore. So
I'm going to assume that you were talking about my shirt, which is very...
Well, they said the one with frogs, so...
Yeah, you can't see it off camera. There's a giant frog on the back of this.
Oh, yeah.
This is from Target,
This is just
by the way.
tongue.
Yeah.
And the frog's open mouth is on the back.
This is from Target, though. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't find this one, you can get that one at Target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me see. Any word on Riffles riddle reward product for people who bought Automaton of Shale gameplay only deck. Is that a thing people can get to in the weird, not talking about ways that we get to this?
That only really exists for people who solve the entire puzzle deck, which only comes with the pop-up book.
Puzzle deck comes with the pop-up book. Spoiler for the pop-up
Sorry,
book.
pop-up book comes with a puzzle deck. Whatever. It doesn't really matter which way you think about it. But yeah.
Will flat rate shipping still be applicable from your store in Europe?
Probably. Yeah. We are, I'm trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't make it sound like I'm like threatening to raise prices. We have not adjusted any pricing of anything really since the tariffs hit. We hope to keep things that way. And again, I just told you that actually we're looking at, unleashing some discounts across our web store that we haven't really been doing in the past in terms of this build your own bundle stuff. It will probably be, I think things will probably hold steady in terms of pricing. That includes shipping and products basically until the end of this year. And then I think we will basically be looking at our books at the end of the year to determine if we need to raise prices on anything, be it shipping, be it products, going into 2026. So that is not me threatening to raise prices or increase shipping. I don't know if our books look great. We've had a lot of conversations about trying to keep our prices exactly where they are, because if the rest of the industry is raising prices and we keep our prices the same, that increases the value prospect for Chip Theory customers and for our brand, which we really like. But we are also a business that intends to stay in business. And so if we have to raise prices because of tariffs and just rising shipping costs and all that kind of thing, inflation, we will do it. But again, it will probably be going into next year rather than something that we do before the holidays. We talked about there possibly being an even more aggressive shipping promotion during the holidays potentially to really increase sales and that kind of thing, but we will see. I will say there will not be any promos being run on Elder Scrolls stuff of any kind. Partially because it's a licensed product and it's expensive, but also partially because we will be running a campaign, Heroes of Tamriel, kind of in that window. The Pledge Manager will be opening in that window, and so the best place to get any deals on Elder Scrolls stuff will largely be tied to our campaign at that point. So,
which you should be able to buy everything Elder Scrolls in there as well, which goes to this next question. What about the Deslander chip from last year's Gen Con? Is that something people will ever be able to purchase, or that gold chip?
I expect people will be able to purchase it at some point. I don't think we're planning on releasing it this holiday season. Maybe that's something that we add into this campaign. We actually haven't. We've kind of this is not me. This is not me being coy. We haven't talked about it since Gen Con.
Yep.
So that's probably something I should go and talk to Josh Carlson about and see what our plans are, if we have plans. Yeah.
Does Dr. Pepper cream soda taste good?
It's pretty good.
I think it's the worst of the flavored
Wow.
Dr. Peppers.
Hot
take.
No,
never mind. Coconut cream's the worst one. That one's second worst. Coconut cream bad.
Hot take.
Is it a hot take?
I think so.
I like just cherry Dr. Pepper. Strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper.
Cherry Dr. Pepper is
Black
just
Dr.
Dr. Pepper. I'm convinced cherry Dr. Pepper is the
it's a little
exact same soda as
zazzier.
regular Dr. Pepper.
It's the regular Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. And Red 40's delicious.
Didn't they just ban Red 40? I can't keep it all straight. In Texas?
Only in Texas.
Okay, well, there you go.
Any news TMB 2.0? Next generation of TMB. Too many two bones.
It's not quite time to tell you about that.
Time to tell us about
it's not
that.
quite it's not quite time to tell you about that yet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go back and start writing. Not start. I'm halfway through it. But I'm going to go finish writing the upcoming Elder Scrolls update that I owe all y'all, especially if you are a Language Edition backer. But I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands of Mr. Andrew Santoro to walk you through the Tanglewoods. So I would just say, if you haven't seen it already, we are doing a Tanglewoods stream this week and next week and the next week. And
probably even
the next week. So next week will be Tanglewoods Gold. The following week will be Tanglewoods White. And then we're talking about what to do about the following week. Do we do a Baba Yaga?
Probably Baba Yaga.
A Baba Yaga situation. And then as we get closer to November, we will be ready to show off the beautiful Tanglewoods Rose. So
Yes.
Stay tuned to this channel, like and subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. I'm gonna leave you with Mr. Andrew Santoro. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Well, I actually have one more question.
Oh wait, hold on.
That seems slightly relevant because we haven't talked to our chat since Gen Con. How is Roth doing in terms of sales reception, and does that lead to some planned expansions? It was a great Gen Con, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Sold a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was a killer Gen Con.
Met a lot of people. Thanks for coming to the booth.
And Roth flew off the shelf, which was great. It's cool. That game sells itself just by how it melts your eyes when you look at it. You're just like, yeah, I want that. We haven't made any decisions on Roth's future just yet. I will say we're not ready to talk about exactly how we're going to potentially handle this yet, but we're not thrilled with how solo came out, and the reception for the solo mode and co-op mode has not been super positive. We are internally workshopping exactly how we want to address that, but we do aim to and endeavor to address that with backers. We don't feel like it quite met our standard, and the reception has basically said as much. We love the PvP. The PvP is killer, and everybody seems to really, really, really love the PvP, and that's awesome. So, and for that reason, we definitely want to continue to support the game moving forward, correcting some of the issues that we feel like have been really laid bare in thousands of people playing it. In the solo and co-op mode is also just high on our list of things to do. So I'm not going to promise more content. I'm not going to not promise more content. I know Manny has a couple more faction ideas and some ideas for a potential sequel. We are also just our product pipeline is just also jam-packed because we had to delay 20 Strong Awakened Realms into next year. From a campaign perspective, we are going to be running 4 campaigns next year, which gives me
Chip Theory is technically running 3, right?
Yes, yeah. So we're going to be running. So it'll be 3 Chip Theory campaigns next year, and then the next Neon Night game, which we haven't announced yet, will also be a campaign. So I need to run 4 campaigns next year, and that gives me deep anxiety as I sit here in front of you. And so the idea of adding another Roth thing into there next year seems like a challenge, but who knows? Who knows? We're having a lot of. What was that?
5 campaign year.
Yeah, 5 campaign year. The other
yeah.
The other thing that we are just Fight 5 from Neon Night was a huge success at Gen Con. People really, really are into that game and really enjoying it, and it's helped shine some more light on that brand. And so we're having a lot of conversations about how we approach all of the manification of the entire company moving forward from Roth to
That's
Tanglewoods.
That's a really bad way to say that.
Manification.
Yeah.
Manification.
There's a better one.
Yeah. Fair enough. So there's exciting stuff coming from Manny, and I think that will likely at some point include Roth. I don't have any imminent announcements though, and the game just technically released 2 weeks ago. So we also don't have a lot of sales data. We'll see how it goes through the holidays, and we'll see what kind of tail the game is able to generate in terms of sales outside of a campaign. So
no specific game attached to this question, but will it be at Spiel?
Will Roth be?
Or Fight 5?
Or Fight 5.
Those are the things we were just talking about.
I think so, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know for sure.
We don't have an official presence there.
Yeah,
right?
we will not have a formal
partial
Chip Theory booth at Essen this year, similar to last year. Again, we're kind of working with Frosted Games and figuring out the best approach there. They sell our games in German. My understanding is that last year the English sales weren't that strong, largely because Frosted primarily deals in the German language. So if the German edition of Roth is not out yet, I am not certain how that will or will not be handled, and I'm not going to endeavor to hypothesize on it because
I would anticipate that the English sales would be better than the German sales if there was no German copy to purchase.
well, I would assume that as well. I just don't. I think the broader question is: does anyone know to go to the Frosted Games booth to buy an English edition of a Chip Theory game?
I agree.
Without us being there under the big Chip Theory banner. And I genuinely don't know the answer to that question. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know. That is not necessarily my role at the company to figure those types of things out. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
Well, that's the actual last of the questions.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. Please stick around to watch some Tanglewoods Red gameplay, which we're going to jump into like right now. This stuff is gorgeous. I can't express how happy we are with how it looked, how it all turned out. So enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Good luck getting to Grandma's house.
Yeah, I love being there.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll this chair out of the way so that you can?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Just watch out for various cords. Can you put a poll together, Carter, to see if we want to do metal dice, which I have, Tanglewoods dice, which I have, or original kind of a little bit of scent left on them dice. All right. Also, I can tackle that Elder Scrolls expansion question, because we kind of did already, but 5 new boxes, 1 with a new region, and all of that entails, or 2 new regions with all that entails. Heroes of Tamriel, Fur and Fang, and Shadows of Oblivion. I don't remember how much officially we have announced for any of those, so that's what you're going to get. Can you do a mix? I can do a mix. I mean, if it is heavily one way or the other, but if it gets pretty evenly split, maybe I'll do 50% metal dice.
The red dice.
Yeah, because it's the most hardcore of all the dice. The red one. Can you do a mix? Smelly dice XD. Stinky. I have the OG dice as I didn't need to buy more, but the metal dice look awesome. The metal dice do look awesome. They're very cool. I have them here. There's a purple and a red. And a blue. Green. And this cool little thing, which means they're hard to get out. A yellow. My very readable stat dice. I think so. Let me know if it's not in focus, folks. Should be, though. Or at least quite close. The only one that I was unsure on was the face cam, because I forgot to do it. Were all the new products coming in the Heroes? Yeah, and now that follow page is up, we are more likely to do some little teaser streams to show off the new stuff coming out. Yeah, make sure to wash your OG dice if you're having smell issues. It really does take care of pretty much all of it. What do the metal dice smell like? Oh, that's a great question. So I've got the more metal looking one and then one of the colored ones. Let's see. This is a terrible smelling stream. We did do a cheese eating stream.
Not that far off.
That was a Gouda one, though. Witness me. Witness my jokes. They don't have an odor. Sorry to burst the old bubble.
How do they taste?
Let's see. No, I don't know who has had these. I don't remember a lot of things about these, so I don't want to put them in my mouth. I will say I don't think these are like the Nintendo Switch cartridges, which are specifically made to taste bad, so that kids don't eat them. Next campaign suggested add-on rose scented dice. Oh, here's the thing about when everybody said they hated the scented dice. Every time I go to a convention now, go to Gen Con and go to PAX Unplugged, there's a booth that sells scented dice. People do want this. And I will say, from those scented dice I've smelled, they do not smell good.
Some rose tinted.
Rose tinted glasses is good. It's a good idea. We need to have more positivity in our hobby, always, in every hobby. really. So I'm just going to start preparing this while that poll's running. So you're going to want to separate everything out. I'm going to just have this be somewhat of a how-to play. I sound like Tina. Yeah. Nerd alert. You know, am I right? That's my favorite Tina line. No, I love that comedian, you know. So you're going to take your wolf pack, which is 5 cards, plus the big bad wolf on top. You're going to shuffle that up. How am I going to look? It's supposed to be random. Ooh, yeah, that is good. You can put your metal dice in the freezer and then use them as whiskey rocks.
End of the bowl, metal dice.
Okay, now of course we put up the new poll that says metal dice or a mix of the dice equal to the percentages from the original poll.
I'm gonna veto that.
Let's see. Back to the Whiskey Rocks joke. Yeah, my voice does sound most like Brian Posehn. That is the person to look for if you are trying to find, well, who does this guy's voice remind me of? That is who it is. Unless you don't know who that is, then it's not who it is. So then you've got your Trailhead card, which has a house on the bottom, and your Grandma's Cabin card, which has a house on the top. You're going to set those aside, and you're going to take all your other map cards, and you are going to shuffle those up. I might reposition this laptop because it is hard to read. Yeah, it's that featured scent. CTG made cheddar cheese dice. Would they have sharp edges? If you do, people should be careful when rolling them. Ooh. That was pretty good. Pretty good. So you shuffle up all of your 15 map cards. We are playing on standard difficulty because I don't remember what the modifiers are. You can make the game easier or harder on yourself, though, which is a cool feature of this one. We don't assume that the base difficulty is the easiest. So shuffle up your 15 map cards, set aside 5 of them. Those can be returned to wherever they are not necessary. So you take the remaining pile, set your Grandma's Cabin card on top to hide it from yourself. And now you got your Trailhead at the bottom of your play space here. These should all be positioned well. Let me readjust this tape each. Good. I don't know. I'm on a delay here. And then we have our enemies. So this is a big pile of bad guys. You're going to shuffle that up. The enemies have fables on the back, enemies on the front, and you want to shuffle that up. And you want them all to be enemy side up. I'm doing these in a very how-to way because I'm working on how-to videos, but they ain't going to be ready for a bit. Art and foil are amazing. Very true. These are very something to behold in person. And the amount of art on them is truly nuts for how many cards there are. Like it's so much work that this man did. He did. All right, so we have shuffled our enemies. I believe this is in the old frame-orama there. Then we are going to, let me see, we can have that over here instead. Maybe, no, isn't it? Or shrunk that, but let me see. Just on a delay, just to make it. Let's see. Can't wait for the foil cards. Chip Theory Games, are you aware? This is a question posed directly to Carter, I'm assuming. Canada is absurdly big. Huge. What's the classic stupid guy take? All right, so here is the Trailhead card. I believe all of these things are becoming in frame. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm working on a delay. Give me a break. Keep getting this. I'm going to keep inching this over into. I want this to be part of the corner as I can. All right, so then you've got your merchant card, and you've got a bunch of items. So the items have a unupgraded, or sorry, standard side and an upgraded side. Just read over these rules yesterday. So you want the standard side up, which you can tell by the little price over here, the number in the corner. You're going to shuffle those up. Yes, Canada is just Toronto. I was going to make a joke about Canada being like 5 cities, but making a joke about it being just one is wild. Let's see. Canada, could you design a version of... No, I don't know what that is, Pestilence. I'm sorry. So the answer is no. Ryan might. He's our big Trek head in the office. Or Trekkie, as the actual term is, not Trek head. You're going to shuffle up all your item cards, and you're going to place this merchant on top, so you don't know what the bottom card be. I'm going to move this over. You're a little bit more. I think that's... boop, boop. This is all working. So the merchant is going to give you things to do with your gold, which is a new thing in Tanglewoods. Where did I set that counter? There is. That's why you're here, buddy. So this is your gold tracker. You will use it to track your gold. You can spend that gold on the merchant. The merchant in Tanglewoods Red is going to have different options than merchants in other decks, but they will have similar options. So the merchant in Red is going to have Mend. You can recover your weakest exhausted die. You can have the Sharpen for 3 gold. Recover the weakest banished die. Forge for 4. You can flip an item in your inventory to its upgraded side. And Buy, which is just whatever the value on the item is. I will go over how to visit the merchant in just a moment, but now that doesn't matter. And then we've got our heroes. So we've got Thumbelina / Maya. We have Little Red and Big Red. We got the Marquis de Carabas and Puss in Boots. We got Bo Peep and the Flock. We have the Piping Piper and the Pied Piper. And then we have this backing in case you bring a universal hero into the Tanglewoods and they don't have a reverse side. You can play as the Brothers Grimm on the back. And then there's a reference card on the back of that. So, okay. You vote Puss in Boots. We haven't? Oh, okay. I'll do Puss in Boots. I don't remember. Should we start as... Oh, the Flock rules. The Flock is... I played through as the Piping Piper yesterday. The Piping Piper's ability is after activating enemies, you may immediately defeat all non-boss enemies. Very powerful, because defeat means you still get the rewards, but then you flip him, and you have to after you use that ability, and on his reverse side, he just adds an enemy to all engagements. So he's a very feast and famine character where you really have to like strategize where you're blown up, and to get him to reflip, you have to survive an encounter that had 4 or more enemies in it, which is some stuff. So, sorry, I don't have the metal tracker on me. I honestly don't know if we have a final one yet. So I missed Rose's announcement. I'm assuming it doesn't come with the Mega All-In. That is correct. It is going to come out during the holiday sale, which is November something, November 28th. That's what I thought. Thank you. When I order some? Yes, that is how we tried to line it up. 5. Now, I would not mind driving all the old country here. I find it very interesting. Which side should I start on? The Marquis de Carabas or the Puss in Boots side? Puss in Boots has terrible starting stats. My goodness. Does he have something to help with that? After activating enemies, you may add plus enemy to the engagement to plus strategy. Interesting. Okay. This one do something with -1 bribe cost to all enemies after bribing an enemy with a stat of 4 or higher. Flip. Alright, so I'm going to do the side that gives me a buff if I would like. So, Marquis de Carabas has melee master. So after activating enemies, I may add an additional enemy to the engagement. If I do, I cannot bribe this engagement. After I suffer any amount of damage from non-boss or wolfpack enemy, flip. I'm actually going to keep him up here, keep his stats up there, and my health stats actually going to pop over here on my little house, because that's going to be me. I am my health. Isn't that fun? And then your starting gold, you're going to start with 20 gold. That's great. But then there's taxes. 4 for being healthy, 1 for being strategic, and another 1 for being recoverable. You minus the total amount of your stats from your gold. And then that's your starting gold. So 20 minus 4, minus 1, minus 1. We're looking at 14 starting gold. Get that up here. I'm trying to arrange this play space. And then there's a scouting line normally. This guy's stats are really bad as a cat. So I only look at the top enemy from the enemy deck, which kind of stinks for his ability to add +1 enemy. But you know, we'll live. So we're on to our map card here. Oh, and then last thing, we have to prepare for this by banishing some dice. So we have to get rid of 1 of each color to start off. Once the merchant has those dice, we get all the other ones, which pop out now. Alright, so we have these 5 banished dice, which I keep separate in this little jail over here. That is correct. Elsewhere, new region. Somerset, new region. Fernfang. Yes. Yes. Correct. I'm excited about all that stuff. I'm just watching the chat. I'm so confused about what's happening here. If you're interested in being up to date on whatever the newest stuff is, any details on the Elder Scrolls that have been officially released, make sure to check out the link in this very video where you can follow that campaign to get all of the latest. Okay, so we are starting out. We have all of our dice except for those 5. How we can get those back is by using this sharpen action, but we will have to recover them starting with the weakest. So we'll get our yellow back, then we'll get our green back, then we'll get our blue, a little bit like the Victorum deck. So in every phase, I suppose, you're going to have to move to a connected node. So from the house, there are 3 possibilities. Each of these little goos, these little gooey head scary men, there are 5 of them on here. You have access to 3. If they have just a plain circle around them, there's no modifier at all. That's just going to be a plain old enemy. If there's this little pointy circle around them, that is a toll. You're going to have to banish any die or pay 2 gold. If there's a square around them, you're going to be weary. You're going to have 1 fewer strategy. Really bad for me because that will make my strategy 0. So I should not go this route. Over to here, I don't actually know if I can be lowered to 0. That's probably a base rule. Oh man. We had Scary Man, I believe, is the actual name of this icon. No, it is just called enemy. The little arrows is going to be a trap, I believe. Yes, so trap, you're going to roll a blue die if you land on that, and then if you roll a miss, you have to flip this card to its nighttime side, which is bad because then you'll have to do that encounter, which here would be +2 enemies. We do not like. Oh, thank you. If you roll a hit, nothing happens. If you roll a hit, you get to recover 2 exhausted dice. So, and blues are a 2/3 chance of hit. There's 4 hits on a 6-sider. So I think I'm just going to go up the middle, because even though there's a toll, there is this book, which means I'll get to do a fable, which can be good or bad. But also, I've got 14 gold right now. I'm pretty flush. I go down to 12. I'm going to pay the toll. I don't want to banish a die. So banishing a die will effectively cost me 3. I'll have to if I want it. So then I just have an enemy. So I draw the top card from the enemy deck, which is this Wren. Has the ability banish the strongest die applied to it after the fight. Arrows mean. These read very similar to standard 20 strong enemies. I'll never understand why the cost of any particular flights are so expensive. Don't get me started. It's all about air pathing. Somebody who's tried to fly a lot stinks to figure out. So just like a standard enemy, you're going to have health. That is how much they have, and you want to make that health be not 4. You want it to be 0. 4 hits will do that. This little standard cross here, this little X, is a hit. This one with a little hoop around it is a crit. Hits do 1, crits do 2. Misses don't do nothing in this deck. If you're unable to put 4 hits on him by the end of your strategies, he's going to punch you for 1. 1 damage. We are at 4. We're pretty healthy right now. And then you'll notice a new icon here, this little brown bag. That is this enemy's bribe amount. You can bribe the bird to go away for 5 gold. There is a bribe phase before engagements start. So once you've started rolling dice, you cannot then bribe. Also, there's a new reward type. So this is a lightning bolt, so it's still instant, and you'll get gold. Why there's a bribe phase up top before you start fighting? Well, once you start punching someone, you can't really bribe them, first off. And also, if you have killed this enemy and there's another enemy in this fight, you can't use the gold you've just gained from this to then bribe that new enemy. So, a little bit of timing stuff. We have drawn the Wren as our engagement. 1 enemy, because there's 1 symbol. Sometimes they'll have little pluses at the bottom. That means there's extra enemies. Any chance we'll see a Burn Cycle 20 strong deck? Maybe. No promises, but I think it won a poll at some point, and we like to acknowledge those, even if they take a long time to do. Where should I have these? This is the thing. Our play space. I'll keep them right here. All right, so I'm going to use my character's ability. After activating enemies, you may add +1 enemy to the engagement, and that gives me +1 strategy. Pretty good, because I desperately don't want to be having 1 strategy. It's very bad. My strategy has gone up, so immediately my scouting line is affected, and I can now see up to 2 enemies. It gives me a little idea of what's to come, and if I want to. For instance, I know the Dark Fairy might be coming up soon, and this has, at the start of the engagement, immediately swap all ready dice with all exhausted dice. So now I might want to set myself up really stupid so that I can have a bunch of exhausted dice, so that this guy's actually a benefit instead of a bad effect. Hold for applause. Toadstool Imp. Okay, so Wren, I already said, has strongest die applied to Wren. Will get banished at the end. I'm in my bribing phase now, so I could spend 5 to get rid of Wren, 5 to get rid of Toadstool Imp. I think I'm just going to do the fight. I don't want to spend my gold quite yet. Toadstool Imp also has an ability. An ability says gold reward is 1 plus your highest stat, which is currently 4. So he'd be giving me 5 gold. Pretty good. 5 plus 3, that'll bring me up to exactly 20, which is kind of exactly how I want to go into a shop. And if it is nighttime, which it is not, this card is on its daytime side, which you can note by the green, or if colors are hard for you, you've got this little sun here, and there's a little moon on the reverse side. But if nighttime, Toadstool Imp's health is 1 plus your highest stat. Good, because otherwise you have 5 health. The highest stat is 4. So now we are entering into our engages. I'm not doing any bribes. I'm just going to be trying to punch these fellas down. So I'm going to put a lot of purples in. Maybe not, actually. We put 1 purple in. Pretty guaranteed hit on this fella, because he's only got 1 health. And then we want to put a bunch of crappy ones in. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's guaranteed. Put a bunch of crappy ones in, because then maybe we can hit the Wren with a bad die. But let's put, I'm just going to put them all in. That's the thing. Because I'm realizing the Dark Fairy's coming up, and that will just unexhaust all my exhausted dice. Oh yeah. This is the final production copy.
Yes.
Or at least incredibly close to it, enough so that it is going to be considered that way. Okay, so I've got a yellow crit. I've got a yellow miss. I've got a blue crit. I've got a yellow miss. 3 green hits. 2 blue hits and 1 blue crit. 3 purple hits. Huh. So let's see. Use these on this Ren. And then I will use, it doesn't really matter. But 1 hit here. That's all enough. Oop. So I banished the strongest die applied to the Ren after this fight, but I'm also going to gain 3 gold and 4 gold, or 1 plus 4, so total of 8 gold, bringing me up to 20. If I were to gain more than 20 gold, that's a bummer for me because I have a limit of 20. Now all these dice are exhausted. I do have additional strategy phases, but again, I went overboard because I knew this fairy's coming up. These enemies are discarded because I have wrecked them. Now, again, I could just keep going. You may be asking what happens when I hit the edge of this, because what I'm trying to do is work through all of these map cards to get to Grandma's house and save her from that big bad wolf. Even though he looks so cool and nice, he's not. He's going to eat her. So before I move, I can choose to explore. Oh no, I did this very badly, actually. I used all. Oh no, I get to recover dice. I get to recover 1 dice because I have a recovery of 1. I have messed up. I'll recover 1 blue die. Now, I've done this slightly less bad. So, before moving, I can choose to explore. To explore, I can put in up to 3 blue and or yellow dice. So blue or yellow in any combination. I was foolish. I should have just kept 3 dice, but I didn't. I did a big roll because I'm a dummy. So I'm going to keep 1 because I recovered. I will put this 1 die into the mix here. So these are all exhausted. Pull them out of the dice tray. This is also the super giant dice tray from the 20 stronghold. So, oh man, that stinks. So I managed to miss on the very low probability of missing. So if I had rolled a hit, this would come out on its daytime side. If I had rolled a crit, it would also come out on its daytime side, but I would also get +1 gold. Since I've done neither comes out on its nighttime side, which stinks. Also, this one specifically stinks because I can't even access these. These only are accessible if I've activated a trap upon those. Because you can never travel backwards. Only forwards. Always looking to the future. But since I've explored, I can choose to visit the merchant. So I put 1 die in. So she will show me 1 item. Bottom of her deck. I also have the ability to use any of her other abilities. So I can buy this axe for 8. And while on a nighttime node, all hits on yellows deal +1 damage. I know I'm going into one right now, so I'm probably going to buy that. Again, your inventory is the same as in base 20 strong. It is equal to your strategy stats. So I can hold up to 2 items. I will buy the 1 item she presented me, but all my yellow regular hits are now crits, basically. So if a yellow's hitting, it's doing 2 damage. Here, other abilities, I think I'm just going to spend 12 gold to recover 4 dice. Seems smart to me. What is the other side of the axe? Oh, it's just, it takes away the nighttime restriction. But I'm going into nighttime anyway, so I'm going to spend 12 gold down to 0. This might be dumb. Spend all of my gold to recover the weakest die. Recover the weakest die. Recover the weakest die. And recover the weakest die. 3 cost, did it 4 times. Got my yellow back, my green that I just banished, and the start, and my blue. Those are all ready, I believe. So good. Nice.
Be able to look at.
Yeah, I think you can freely peek at the nighttime side, but I'd have to double check. Fairly certain you can. plotting where you're going next. I'm going to pop up here to this Fable. So for Fables, you're going to draw from the bottom of the enemy deck. I've drawn this Slither, but that's not actually what I've drawn. I've drawn this Silk Path. Banish all ready blue dice. For each die banished, +1 to any stat. Hold all my blue. And plus my recovery because it is awful. And then I will discard that card. I've done that Fable. So sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad, sometimes it can be a mix. That one was a mix, and it was quite good. I did like it. So my only path forward here is straight. So I'm going to straight up and move here. That is, oh, and for Fables, unless stated otherwise, you skip your recovery step up and stuff. So move right on. And I don't have 2 gold to pay this toll with. So we are going to be banishing a die. And that can be any die. So let's banish a green from my exhausted pool. And then I will do a Fable. You always activate the outline of a node before you activate. So the Fable Thornbog. Either discard 1 item, -1 to any stat, or pay 7 gold. Then select 1 scouted enemy and shuffle it back into the deck. Oh.
Hi, Dark Fairy.
No, I'm going to get rid of the Stundern. No, this is my scouted enemy. It's technically my scouting line. I believe. Discard. Oh, all -1 to my health. Forgot that my health was a stat. I'm going to shuffle this Stundern. I believe my scouting line is unaffected by the top of my deck. It is just there to hide what the next enemy is. Alright, so we shuffling. We shuffling back. Keep the Stundern anyways. I hope there's nothing worse that top. That's my next card. The Toadstool Imp once more. And now it is nighttime. Toadstool Imp is actually quite annoying. Don't love that. Choose to explore. I have no gold. Not really a benefit to going to. If I rolled a crit. So I'm just going to move up to this node here, which is going to be 3 enemies because it's enemy ++, and then it probably don't want to add an additional enemy till I master them. Oh, maybe though. So, oh, this does upset my thing though. After activating enemies, unactivate. So, this does stink because at the start of the engagement is when Dark Fairy is going to trigger, but Blunderbuss, when activated, immediately defeat all other enemies in the active area. So Blunderbuss is going to defeat everything before it activates. I do still get gold though. So that is 4 from the Toadstool Imp and 5. So I'm up to 5 gold. He just has very high health and a very high bribe cost. He does kill everything when he comes in. But I don't get to recover all my dice because the Dark Fairy's trigger was at the start of the engagement. Technically after this. So I do still get to look at 2. Let me see. I mean, I should have played around it by having a higher strategy. Man, I think I weather this hit, which is gonna stink, because that'll flip me as well. I don't have this, even if I rolled 3 crits, this isn't gonna get him. I can't add another, could add another. kill this enemy. If I'm lucky. It's true. I'm going to add this enemy. I will plus my strategy. I've done that. I get to look at 3 enemies. Runt, prickle. Alright, so now I have to kill the Wren. And then I think I'm going to take the hit from the Woods. I'm going to roll everything. That seems obvious. Okay, that is 4. And a miss. So 4 on the Wren. I'm just exhausted. The Wren has died. I immediately get 3 gold. I have another strategy. I have another 2 strategy phases to continue rolling. I wasn't going to get 8 more damage out of that, so I'm just going to move along to the suffer damage, in which I'm going to take 2. Just 2. So I'm down to 1. And I have suffered damage from a non-boss or Wolfpack enemy, so I'm flipping to the adorable Puss in Boots. So adorable, in fact, that all bribe costs are lowered by 1. Now I get to recover 2 dice. This is pretty dire stuff here. Need to get a blue. 8 gold.
Oh my dice.
Yeah.
The dark fairy.
And we have the stat. Sell that. What's coming up? What's coming? Oh, I don't know what's coming up. So if you have not explored past and you travel to it, it is automatically going to be night. So, also, I will clarify, Axe does not affect crits. It only affects hits. While on a nighttime node, all hit phase deal +1. So crits do not deal 3, my understanding of this symbol. It doesn't say all hits, it says all symbol. Could be wrong. That's a very, I feel like, you know for sure. You know. I feel like I have to explore, which is going to leave me with 1 die. Pick. Purple's likely to hit, yellows can deal. Yellow. Devote a blue to exploring. Hit, come on. Okay. At least we got a nighttime. Or a daytime. That stinks. So bad. Someone's got a trap, and if I. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. But now I get to visit the shop. This is exhausted. Shows me 1 item. Birch bark. Ooh, birch bark. Okay. Buying birch bark. Birch bark can prevent. Okay. If your health would be reduced to 0, set it to 1 instead. If I upgrade it, if my health would be reduced to 0, set it to 3 instead. Yes, it's a single use versus this infinite use one. So now this one does not give me an option to go straight forward, which honestly I think I would prefer. I need to get to this fire. I need to do this. I need to do a wolf pack. So the pointy-eared enemies here, pointy head men, are the wolf pack. You will draw a wolf pack enemy and you'll have to confront them. Typically they have extra enemies. This guy doesn't, but he does have a trap that if I fail, he will have 4 enemies. Sucks so bad. I need to go like this route over to here. Oh, and should I? Okay, 2 gold. So these guys have a minus bribe cost. So I can only bribe 1 anyways. I'm at 5 gold. Kind of want to save up. Banish a green. Greens just ain't long for this world. Alright, so I've banished a die. I will add 1 enemy. That is, let me think. I do not any longer have the ability to add extra enemies, so I won't. Bribe step. Engagement, you may exhaust up to 2 dice. Dice can only be committed if the same color is in the exhausted area. I have no way to actually kill this man. I will bribe him for 3 gold. Bribe cost is reduced by 1. Down to 2 gold. Not ideal. So the runt goes away. I do not get a reward because I have bribed him. And his health stat is not 4 or higher, so I do not flip back to my other side. I do get to recover 2. Might just be yellow. Feels very bad. Campfire. To me. Onto the wolf. So trap. Trap is triggering. I think I just flat out die if I fail the trap. Okay. Whew. Trap does not trigger.
No trap.
Yeah, so traps just roll a blue die from anywhere. It doesn't exhaust. You can pull it from anywhere. It's just rolling a blue die. And then if you fail, flips to the nighttime. Oh, and I was successful, so I get to recover 2 dice. Get 2 purples. Knowing nothing about what I'm about to pull, which is, why did I do purple? Oh boy. This is so bad. At the start of the engagement, for each ready purple, either activate an additional enemy, discard an item, or -1 to any stat. Yeah, I would have to add 2 enemies to this fight. Ugh. I can take 0 damage. I believe suffer damage is all at once, so I think the armor gets me out of this no matter what. I'm fairly certain. I don't think it's individual instances of damage. Even so, either activate an additional enemy, discard. We want to defeat him. This might be fine. I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna activate these. Got the prickle and the runt. Also, the path is manageable for length purely because you don't keep the ones in play that you have traveled off of. So I'm doing a risky play here where I'm activating 2 additional enemies because I have 2 ready purple, and that is his effect. But he also has the effect, the instant reward. So it would happen before this engage is finished, or once he is defeated, it'll instantly happen, where I roll all exhausted dice and recover each die that rolls a hit. If I roll that way, I'm good. Runt only lets me apply colors that are in the exhausted area, no problem there. Prickle is the only undefeated non-boss enemy in this engagement. It has +2 health and +1 attack. But, let's just try to kill Rowdy. Just rolling everything. I can't bribe anybody because I don't got enough money. Oofa doofa. Okay, well that's strategy phase 1. Sure. Okay. Well, I do have to get him this one if I want to hope to get the rest of them in the next one. Okay. Exactly. I got some. That's 6. He is instantly died, and I instantly get his reward. These are still in there for roll 3. I have to take every exhausted die and roll it, and ones that roll a hit, I get to recover. Heck yeah.
Specifically hit?
Recover each die that rolls a hit. So this one is not the symbol, it is a hit. Crits are technically hits, but they are not technically the symbol. Oh no, but now the runt is annoying. At the start of each engagement, you may exhaust up to 2 dice. Dice can only be committed. So I would have to exhaust a purple and a yellow if I wanted to. So I suppose I'll exhaust them. Sure. Oof. That's 2, 3, 4 damage. I'm going to kill the thing that's worth more gold. Ultimately not going to man. Dead. These are exhausted. He does 1 to me, but I will discard the birch bark to weather the hit. And I have defeated Rowdy. So Rowdy has died. I also gained 3 gold from back up to 5. Doing the good old low gold build. Not good. A bad build. Shouldn't do it. So the reason I'm going after Wolfpack, folks, is because at the end, when I fight the big boss, any undefeated Wolfpack is going to be a modifier for them. So I want to clear as many as I can of the 5 before the. So.
That last one gets bad fast.
Yes. So I'm going to move into the old campfire here, and the campfire is wonderful. So I can +1 to any stat. I didn't. That was a good catch. I will need dice. Let's get a blue. The purple really bit me.
Do it again.
I won't do it again, probably. Okay, so I've recovered 2 because my recovery is quite bad. Puss in Boots is not a beginner character. I would not start with that one. So I'm gonna pop out of the fireplace. I can bump my strategy or recovery by 1, or I can bump my health by 2. Wasn't worth this 1 gold, was he? No, Puss in Boots has -1 bribe to all enemies. Yeah, not +1 reward. So I think I have to put that into health, which feels really bad. My recovery's been so terrible. I have to go into fights to recover. I can see the next few enemies. This is true. That's hanging out. I hate that work. Okay, let's see. So I did plus health. 1 health feels so. Yeah, let's do 3. I am gonna put a die in because I just cannot just do nighttime well, which we're gonna do anyways. Real bad luck on the blues. That's not the worst night. Not the worst night. We will get to visit the merchant with our whopping 5 gold here. When you would exhaust a red crit, you may instead banish it to gain +1 health. That would be so cool to do if I, in fact, had the ability to do so. Yeah. So I'm going to spend 5 gold. What is the blighted? Enemies have +2 health and +1 attack and cannot be bribed. Oh no. Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna have to weather this funnel web hit. But it stinks. I'm going to recover the weakest of these, which I believe is green. Green, 3, and then I'm going to spend 2 to recover the weakest exhausted die, bringing me down to 0 gold, since the next one is a bad place where I can't bribe enemies anyways, because they're all blighted. So we're moving off of this card and onto this one. We are pulling in this funnel web, which, nicely enough does only deal 1 damage, but I could have bribed him for free because he has a bribe cost of 1, which would have been awesome. But instead, I can't deal enough damage to him, so I am just going to suffer the hit, devote no dice, so that I will get to recover 2 dice. Blue again. Over again. Doing blues. Get out of here, funnel web. You hurt me. Oh, love it. Okay. On to a fable next. I want to put a die in first or last. There's 0 gold, so there's not really a reason for. Not about to hit the edge. Will all Cloudspire promos be available on Black Friday? I already plan on buying Rose and Chef and want to complete my Cloudspire collection. I think usually all the promos are in those, but not guaranteed. But it's not unlikely. I'm doing a Fable with no additional effect is a circle. Sensitive. Set sensitive next to your hero. All enemies gain +2 bribe cost, and their reward is +1 gold. At any time, you may -1 to a stat to discard sensitive. That's bad. I guess with Puss in Boots, I only have +1 bribe cost. So no recovery because it was a Fable. Didn't give me any gold, which was the secret hope here. I'm gonna put 1 blue towards exploring. Another miss. Another miss. I could have lied. It went off camera, but another dang miss. Oh no, this one was so pleasant. Oh, that side's so unpleasant. Oh. Always get to peek at 3. I think we're not long for this world. Let's see. Purples cannot be rolled, committed, or used for effect. So I only have 2 options. I'm certainly not going to take 4 enemies on. I will take 3. That's what I want. You please. Ay. Okay. We've got Prickle, Porcupine, and Brian. So I can't put purples in, so that's out until that man's dead. At the start of each strategy phase, after the first -1 health, so that man will kill me quite quickly. Yikes, I kind of have to kill like everything with these 3 dice, except for him, but I need to kill him to turn off his ability. So I need 3 crits, and that doesn't do it. I have 0 gold, so that's also helpful. I think I have died, fairly certain. But, you know, let's see. Oh, I mean, this is 2 damage. I'm dead. This turns that off. Only when I don't. But I need to turn that ability off. I'm at the start of the next strategy phase. I'm -1 health from the Porcupine. I can put purples in. It's 3 damage. And kill the prickle. But then I do take 1. And I have died. That's a bad run through. I'm going to do another one. I will not use Puss in Boots, as he is hard to play with. That's a bit of how it works. Don't roll like I did, or play like I did. The fairy dying right away was honestly the big bad one.
Morning, guys. I'll roll all of my dice.
That's how you're supposed to set up for the fairy, though.
It is until you run into 2 fables.
No, it wasn't even 2 fables. It was the blunderboss or whatever his name is. So I'm gonna play as Big Red. Let's get the namesake out. Let's give her a try. I've never played with her either because I said name of the game, boring. I don't want to play as her. That was definitely self-inflicted. I agree. I did play badly in an attempt to set myself up better. I could have certainly played a little more conservatively with my dice. Maybe half of them, and then the Dark Fairy would not have done what it did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop.
There's only
Grandma's
a
cat. Oh yeah, that's why I was like, Puss in Boots is probably the least character you should start with for like new folks, because that I'm somewhat new-ish to 20 strong, not fully obviously. Play it here on the stream. There's evidence, but Big Red gets to start with her red die, so that's already good. Big Red, probably quite a good starting one. Let's see, low. So should only have 4 banished dice then. Items reset. There is also, what's nice too, I would say that we have done with this, is we do not assume that the base difficulty is the easiest. We do know that we have made 20 strong not an easy game. So in the thing here, you have difficulty modifiers. So for instance, if I wanted to pop it down, yeah, if I wanted to go down to the very lowest difficulty level, I get to +1 to any 2 stats at the start. That'd be so nice. When is the Awakened Realm 2025 campaign follow page going to go up? Oh, Awakened Realm 20 strong. Probably not for a while. Would be my guess, honestly. Would guess sometime after Elder Scrolls, honestly. Full focus is on Elder Scrolls at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, there's not really, like, there's a reason to build hype like 2 months out for something, but
It'll
like,
be after all.
yeah, after holidays. We're pretty all hands on deck with Elder Scrolls into holiday sale, into whatever else. All right, shuffle up our wolf pack. I also even had the good wolf pack hit there, but I have the bad luck with purples. Had I recovered anything but purples going into that fight, I would have done, I think. They're not golden. It was a pretty cursed run. So, Big Red starts with more dice than most. She has to banish 1 of each color, but she gets her red back if you begin on the Big Red side. She has the ability Wolf Hunting. Banish the red die to deal 4 damage to a non-boss wolf pack, or to a non-boss or wolf pack enemy that would be defeated by this damage. So she can't do it to Big Bad or any of his wolf pack, but if it would defeat them, you can just blast them for 4 damage by banishing your red die. If you banish your red die, you flip Big Red. Right. So she has a strategy of 3, so she can start by seeing 3. And oh, she's already looking so much better. So let's pop in. I always like the center route. That's me. We have a starting total of 8, so 12. Let's bump that down to 10. Just do 1 enemy. I don't like you, Wither. So, one thing to keep in mind with all these enemies is they do have this bribe cost. Some of them will have after effects. Some of them will have special effects, like the Dark Fairy. If I had not wanted to interact with the Dark Fairy, I could have bribed it. And technically, it would be gone during the switch dice part. So, like, if I had set myself up bad, I was like, oh no, I've got everything ready. I've been managing my dice very well, and I hit Dark Fairy. You can bribe it before that effect. Same with these after effects. If I bribe this enemy, it leaves fully. It doesn't, like, defeat and then activate later. This one would cost me 4 gold. It is letting me trigger a Fable, which, again, can be good or bad. But it will either flip a daytime card to nighttime or add a night. Oh man, the nighttime side of this card's actually pretty slick. So I'm just gonna do it. So I have all my dice ready. Keep them here for now until I get out. I'll put a single red in because it's just a guarantee. I don't even gotta roll it, but I do. So I've killed the Wither. I get 2 gold instantly, and then after, I'm gonna flip a daytime card in my path to nighttime. Fireplace. That's so good. Campfire? I don't know. Then I draw and resolve a Fable card. Tea time. If your total stats add up to 9 or less, +1 to any stat. If they add up to 10 or more, recover all exhausted die. Oh, that's so good either way. And a +1 to any stats because my stats are exactly 8 right now. So tea time resolved, wither resolved, recover 1 die. I actually can recover 3, but I'm my boy. I'm gonna go up to here and I will pay 2 gold for the toll. But then I get to hit the campfire and bump a stat by 1. Bump that. This is an astoundingly better playthrough than the last one. Maybe I bumped the health by. I don't know. That way lies me. I'm gonna roll 2 blue dice because I'm doing so good. Oh, I don't do that. Sorry. I roll them 1 at a time. It's important. That's a hit. Roll them 1 at a time because you are adding cards as you roll. Other blue is a miss. The exact results anyways. Nice. So we exhaust both of those. And then we get to go to the merchant, who's now going to show us 2 items because we rolled 2 dice. So I got to the map. If you roll 3 dice in the explore phase, you may use purple for one of them. And then grandma's map, if you roll 2 or more dice, you may use purple. I care about that. Before activating a Fable node, you may exhaust 1 ready die to discard a scouted enemy. Hate that. Before activating a Fable node, you may discard a scouted enemy. I don't know how much I care about either of them. So I'm just, in fact, going to spend 9 of my 10 gold to recover my 3 weakest dice from banishment. Hello, green, discard those items because nobody wanted them. Down to 1. Moving on to this blighted enemy. I have +2 health, +1. Great. Neon Knight Games is in the chat. Any strong awakened realm follow page is a ways out. Victim of getting swept aside for all while get stuff up and running. That sounds right. Sounds right to me. They sound official. To get this enemy in there, can't be bribed. +2 health is horrible because this man has 8 health, so now he has 10 health because he's a blighted enemy. He also has +1 attack, so he does 4 damage. My goodness. His bribe cost is reduced by the number of exhausted dice. I can't bribe him anyways because he's blighted. So I'm gonna have to spend a lot of dice on this man, and probably do my cool wolf hunting ability. Honestly, I only have to hit him for 6. Maybe I just get 6. No, I want to banish it. And I would just unapply it if I banish it. Okay, so I got a crit, a hit, a hit, a hit. 5. Very close. What more? I think so. 2 greens. It's a 50-50. Alright, do I even have to? Crits. 2, 4, 8. I don't even have to. Decide before the suffer step. Good just. Read boy. No, Wolfpack fight is next. I can't use the red die against Wolf. I'm gonna go to that campfire. Go on. Yeah. Roll 2 more blues. Hey, there we go. I'm gonna have to banish my red. To exhaust many dice though. You get 10 gold as a reward. 11. Enemy down. Let's see, I get to recover 4. Let's get 2 blues, 2 purples. Explore. Question. Sure. I've got 11 gold. What could go wrong? There we go. A hit. So that is exhausted. Get a daytime card. Like that. I got 1 item. Oh, the smelting pot. We're going to buy the smelting pot because it's very, very good. At the start of each engagement, you may discard any other item to defeat an active non-boss enemy. You do not gain that enemy's reward. But for the low cost of 4 more gold, discard an item. Defeat an active non-boss enemy. You do gain it. That one will pay itself off real quick. I'm going to go over here, spend my last 2 gold on this hole. I'm going to bump my recovery once more. 5. Oh, I'm going immediately into campfire. Zoop. This campfire up here. Zoop. And I am going to do the health this one, but I also need to either banish a die or pay 2 gold. I cannot gain 2 gold, so I will banish green die. Those are worse at this moment, but green is exhausted. I got a bunch of bad enemies. 4 enemies. Goodness. I think I want to put a blue in. I have 0 gold. Oh no. The smelting pot doesn't do anything without any other items. Oh no. Alright. In the apply die step, you may reroll any number of unapplied crits. Any number of times when you apply a crit to an enemy, -1 health. At the start of the engagement, add a daytime card to your path of Abel. Nice. You may flip any number of daytime cards in your path to nighttime. For each flip card, deal 2 damage to Angry Roots if the total damage would defeat him. During effects, that's any time. In the apply die step, you may. Oh, it's just another one of you. Oh no, 2 of those is quite bad. That will be 2 of those plus. I don't think I have another option. But I plus to my health. I can take. Let's see. Enemy. 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 Crab. Prickle.
Part of the story.
All the crabs came out of the woods. No, it's. Oh, yes. I am only. It's 30 minutes. Right.
Yeah, you don't remember the part of the cutting that like crabs, a massive vine thing. But are just like.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually going to rearrange a bit because Angry Roots at start of engagement adds a daytime card. Very nice of him. So the craws are very bad. They both don't let me do crits, which I don't care. I can flip any number of daytime cards in my path to nighttime. Let's see what their nighttimes are. That's horrendous. Maybe not. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, fight the wolf pack.
That's that one's not. I have to put 7 damage on him, and then I can flip. I have to kill the craws because they're horrible. Let's see. Just roll it all. There's a crit, which I'm going to be allowed to reroll, and I might reroll the crit. Okay. So let's see. I can put a hit on Craw 1, banish red die, blast him for. He has died. 4 gold, please. Now, I do need to kill the other cross. That was strategy 1. The purple reroll was part of that. So we have 4, 7. Let's do. See, I die if he does not. One hit I can technically get him. I would rather not though. Wow, okay. Crit hit. Oh, I forgot. Oh no. Crits are bad. Let's see. I mean, I'll put the hit on him for sure. Puts him at 5. I can only, if I apply 1 crit, take 1 damage, 2, 3. Can reroll. Just lose if I, or if I miss, I just lose. I can't. Take 1 damage. Ow. And I flip a card to nighttime. Deal 2 additional damage. Man, I believe I had to do that too. So he takes 2 additional, beating him. Immediately get 5 gold, up to 9. Then these 2 will hit me for 1. Me down. Healthy 1. But also I have flipped this. Little red is just bad. No good. No good abilities. So if red is banished, oh no, that's fine. If red is banished, if the red die is banished, you can use a purple when exploring. After exploring a nighttime map card, so if you fail or explore basically, you can flip her back to the other side, which lets you banish the red die. 1 health, and the next one's going to pull in 3 enemies. Pretty bad. Oh, but Dark Fairy. Dark Fairy. And I know it's only pulling in 3, so I can't get gotcha'd. That's actually quite good. So I'm actually going to take these 3 dice. This is quite good. I'm feeling.
Are you recovering?
I am recovering 5. That's right. Recover all of them too. I don't want to. Yeah, can't use purples. What am I doing? Use 1 purple. So I'm going to do exploring now. Recovered these 5. I'm exploring with a purple because that is red's ability. Oop. I'm doing a full. I am exploring with a blue. Come on, crit. Daytime. Exploring with another blue. That's a miss. Nice. This is out of screen probably, or close to it.
That is
so.
Exactly.
So big red flips because I've explored a nighttime card based on the screen parameters. I get to peek 3 items because I explored 3 times. Fairy Godmother's Aid is my favorite builder on it. Yes, if I did not purchase it. I did completely forget about that. Buy 5 kind of buy the 2 cheapest items. 1 little again Fairy Godmother's Aid. I would buy the last one. I don't have enough strategy to hold it though. I'm not strategic enough to hold 4 items, just 3. So 1 little pig says enemies on persistent nodes have -1 attack instead of +1. That would, that's very good. And then 3 little pigs, that too. You may bribe enemies on them, but it takes away the other effect. Fairy Godmother's Aid at the start of the resolve phase. So you do have to be in the resolve. So at the start of the resolve phase, roll all banished dice. You may apply any rolled hits to enemies that would be defeated by this damage, then banish all these dice again. My favorite side, because that's a single use item. The other side is just that's a permanent item. You just My favorite build. It's a really dumb build where you just don't do any regular rolls and you willingly banish everything so that you get to do 17 dice rolls every time. It's a bad strategy though, but it's very fun. All right, so that was bringing me down to 4. I could spend 3 to get a recovered die. I will. And a 1. Right. Also saying this is a good strategy because I'm spending all my gold so I can never bribe basically. But I'm going to run over to here. It's a plus enemy, so it's 1, it's a 2, and it's 3. The Dark Fairy's here. Alright, at start of engagement, immediately swap all ready dice with all exhausted dice. So this is how that last one was supposed to go. This is all my beautiful planning. This is why you want a strategy stat that is not 1. Alright, so I have a lot of dice now. I'm feeling great. Funnel Web is a very annoying enemy. After bribing it, set it aside. The next time an enemy is activated, activate Funnel as well. So it only costs 1 to bribe, but it keeps coming back. It hangs around. It goes, I like that money you gave me. I'm going to hang out. I will discard the 1 little pig to just defeat that guy with my rolling smelting pot. Start of each engagement, I may discard any other item. Defeat. If it's 5 gold. And yum. Can't commit purples. Put in some blues. Only need to do 4 damage. Which is pretty good. This is a pretty good smattering of like weak enemies. That's a really bad roll. I'm gonna kill this guy outright. We've got 2 more strategy phases. Please use the Fairy Godmother's aid if I really want to. That's 3. Nice. 3 on Brian. Give me 4 gold. Give me 1 from that. Roll a 5. Up to 10. Not bad. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Right. That is that one. I think we're really going to go to the campsite. No reason not to. If I explore first, I have 10 gold. Let me go over to here. Okay, so I can bump a stat. Bump my health. 1 health is very frightening. So the next one, a lot of banishing. So honestly, I am tempted to upgrade the Fairy Godmother because currently Slither, all dice applied to Slither are banished. Ren, banish the strongest die applied to Ren. I'm gonna have a wolf back in there. Fly, go up. I think I'll roll 1. Go down. Explore. No, 1 purple. Where's my? Oh no, I'm not on that side anymore. 1 yellow die. It was a miss. As expected. So 19 card. Gross. Prefer not. 1 item at the yield merchant. Oh, the birch bark, eh? Let's buy myself a birch bark for 3. It prevents me from dying, or it can be used as a big smelting pot. Then I'm going to spend 4, bring me down to 3. Upgrade my Fairy Godmother's aid to Fairy Godmother's blessing. Run away from that red dot. Spend 3 more gold. Down to 0. I'm so bad at gold management. I really do not think my strat is good here. Let me get my purple back from banishment. Hope this was good. So I go over here. We're going to pull the top wolf pack, or in other words, the bottom one. Well, that's bad. +1 attack for each item in my inventory. +2 enemies are entering the fray. Another Dark Fairy coming up. All right. 2 enemies have entered. This one banishes the strongest die. This one banishes all dice. I think I don't want to discard anything to just kill anybody outright. I can take damage from anybody but Prowl. Prowl will kill me. Can't take damage from both. Fine. No discarding. I'm just gonna roll everything. Dark Fairy's coming up. That's a pretty bad roll. It's a very average roll. Let's put 3 perps. And 2 perps and a green on. I'm gonna over-dedicate on this slithers. I'm just gonna reroll. Ooh, 2 yellow crits. Thank you. 3 purple, 4 purple hits. Interesting. Man, probably should have discarded something. No. I'm still fine. There's 1 damage. Guaranteed 1 damage. There's all. Let's reroll everything. This is the greediest play. Greed pays off. 6, 7. Prowl is defeated. I immediately get the +1 to any stat. I could +1 to my strategy and then have another roll here. That's true. Recovery is kind of, if I'm going this route, it's not a. I'm gonna actually +1 to the strat.
Hold other item.
Another item, and most importantly, I get another roll right now. Which I think I'm gonna be greedy once more and reroll it all. We'll see. Sure. Let's put these here. I want them to be. So, at the start of the resolve phase, so this is before, you may banish 1 die. I'm going to banish a blue. If I do, I roll all of the banished dice, and I may apply any rolled hits, rebanish any rolled dice. So that's 2. 2 regular hits. So I'm just going to put them here. Another 3 gold. We get 3 gold. No. And then this bird's going to hit me for 1. Yowza. But then I banish all dice applied to Slither afterwards. Go into exhaust. 1 wolf pack down. Be good. Then I get to recover 5. Back some perps. Back 2 blues. 3 blues. 5 dice. Up to a whopping 3 gold. Yeah. In each roll dice step, change all rolled hits to misses if possible, and all rolled crits to hits. I hate this guy. I don't want him to exist there. I don't think I can do much about it, but I can just defeat this guy. I think I'll have to do. So I'm going to go up here. Wonder if I'm going to banish dice or spend gold. I'm going to banish dice because the fairy godmother's here to help me out. Banish that yellow. And then I resolve a fable. Lily of the Valley. You may place yourself on any node on your current forest card, then roll all banished dice if at least 1 crit, +1 to any stat. I'm actually going to place myself on this same node. I'm not going to resolve this again. I want to resolve this. I don't think I would if I do that. I'll put myself there. Roll all banished dice. At least 1 crit. +1. Come on, crit. plus stat. It's a bummer. But yes, plus stat, because I'm going to move over to here now. We'll get stuff. Do I want to explore? 3 gold still. I mean, my only path option is up to the next fire. Good path option I have. Up to that fire. 5 strategy. I want to hold on to a lot of smelting. I want to do. Use 1 blue to explore. Maybe I can. I don't want to eat Fairy Godmother. She's so good. Roll the blue hit. I get another daytime path card. And I get to peek at 1 item. An axe. I cannot afford an axe. No, thank you. Into the trash with that axe. I can't afford anything else. Alright, well. Looks to suck, I suppose. Up and to the right. Another toll, is it? Let's banish a die. Crazy good strat. If anything makes me discard Fairy Godmother's Blessing, it all goes down the toilet in a spectacular fashion. 1 enemy, eh? There's old Sheldon. And I think I'm going to toss my armor at him. To defeat that fella. Fine ways, give me 5 gold. Sheldon down. Recovery step. 5 dice back. Yes. Yum. Right. Could be very bad. I'll explore once. I know how these traps work. Daytime card. Pick 1 item. It's a well. It's cheap, so I have purchased it. You know what well is good for? Throwing at enemies.
Entire well. Uprooted it from the ground. Threw it in this pot and then tossed it.
Yeah. The well is quite good. Lets me search the forest deck and any forest cards in the box. Choose 1 and add it to your path on its nighttime side. When it's upgraded, you place it on its daytime side. That's great for if you have not been finding Wolfpack and you really need to. I'm going to move over to here. I have to trigger a trap. Trap. Successful trigger of a trap. I recover 2 dice. And then I get to bump a stat. I mean, this one's going so swim. Oh, good, right? This is 6 recovery. Really brash with. Up to here. That is. Oh. I'm gonna spend 3 to explore. I'm very dumb. I've been doing very badly with this dang old dark fairy hanging out here. Well, that's a bummer. Last one. So explore. Explore. No more forest cards to explore, but you can continue to explore. Just so you can see more items. The lady. Let's see here. The potion, recover all blues and yellows. It's upgraded, I get all greens and after you recover dice step, recover 1 additional. Discarded if you take damage. Once per round, you apply dice step. If you rolled 4 different colors, you may set 1 miss to a hit. So I think I'm actually not going to use these for their intended purposes. So I will just buy the cheapest one. Discarded. New Botsy region expansions contain a few non-region specific enemies like Villainwood does. I don't know. Off the top of my head. I know we're trying to add more of that sort of stuff just to keep it exciting, but I don't know if it's going to be in those expansions. At the start of the engagement, immediately swap place. Oh, I'm also very dumb. bribed him had I not spent money. But I can't kill him before he triggers by using the smelting. I'm moving on to here, and it's going to be 4. He has 1 health. He gives me a lot of gold. For each exhausted yellow, this has +1 health, +1 attack, and +1 gold reward. 3. Oh no. Yes, 3. This man stinks a lot. I hate him. Gain him as an item, discarding an item if needed. Effect is the following. During each resolve phase, you may choose to skip the recover dice step. If you do, discard him. This item cannot be discarded for any other reason.
Oh, you can't put him with smelting?
Yeah, it's just this dumb guy who just hangs out with you forever unless you do a bad thing that's not good. I can technically kill that dark fairy if I don't want to swap dice. I think I have to. Stuck a well at dark fairy. Get 1 gold. And then I've got this dumb sheep. Can't bribe him, he costs too much. I also think the start of engagement has to be bribery phase. So, I'm going to put all the dice in, see what happens. I don't want to think too hard on it. Let's see. There's a crit. That's something. Crit will immediately take out the weevil. Or no, it won't. 3. This takes it. So immediately give me 3 gold. 1 hit takes out the toadstool. 1 plus my highest stat in gold. Whoa, 13 gold. Or up to 6. It's not nighttime, so it's expecting. Don't think I can even generate enough hits to. I guess I could technically with the Godmother's Aids. That was roll 1, roll 2. Crit. Roll 3. Roll 4. Roll 5. Doesn't apply at all, I suppose. So that is 5 damage. He needs 2 more, otherwise I'll take damage. But Fairy Godmother Aid will happen. You may banish 1 die. I'll banish this blue. Roll all banished dice. Crit. Yeah, that's enough. Got him. But now I also got him. Hangs out with me. So I skip my recover dice step. Which I don't care for one bit. These are all rebanished. Skip the step right now to just get rid. Logging up a spot. I have no dice. What's coming up? Is there a dark fairy? No. Certainly is not a dark fairy coming up. Enemy. It's going to be you, but you're going to have 7 health. Huh. I will skip my recovery step. Bye, Yaman. Could be a bad idea. That one goes away. Boop. Onto this one. Into this. 1 enemy. Yep. Toadstool Imp. Toadstool Imp. Gold reward 1 plus highest stat. Quite good. He will give me 7 gold. I'm at 19 currently, so it's not the greatest. He also has health plus my highest. He has 7 health. I don't love that. I can just discard something to defeat him. I don't love that either. I don't have any dice at all. What's in here? That would most likely defeat. I can take the hit no matter what, so I will not put in any dice. In my phase. Start the resolve phase. I can banish a die to roll all my dice from banishment. It's 1 roll. Crit. Oh my goodness, just barely. 3 crits, 1 hit. I've dealt 8 damage to him. Beat him, gain 7 gold, but actually 1. These all return to being banished. Then I have a recovery step. Real this time. Back. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to try to explore. I'll look at an item. I'll spend some of my 20 gold. It's a miss. Doesn't really matter. All the cards have been explored. Start with the magic ball. Ask again later. In the apply die step, you may banish an unapplied blue to set 1 committed die to a crit. Pretty good. What's the other side? You banish an unapplied to set a blue or yellow. We'll banish a blue or yellow to set 1 committed die. I'll buy this for 4. Seems good. Do I want to recover some of my banished dice as the other here? I suppose I could just spend 4 to flip this as well. Or flip the ball. Do magic ball, you may rely on it. And then I will spend 6 to bring myself down to 6 to recover the 2 weakest banished dice, which is a yellow. Okay. Into a wolf pack fight, which is going to have +2 runs. That one through 2 runs and 1 howl. In each roll dice step, for each crit roll, the -1 health or immediately exhaust the die. Love it 1 bit. Start of each engagement, I'm going to discard an item to just defeat something. Let's discard potion to just defeat a run. Gold. Oh, also, I was at 6. I'll spend down to 2. Beating 1 and bring it. I will bribe the other rent. Don't want to deal with the rents. Let's see. Could put all dice in. How much? So for bad. It's really bad. Don't want crits. Let's roll these 5. 3 crits. Good grief. Immediately exhaust all of them. Each roll dice -1 health or immediately exhaust the die. Oh. My goodness. So I can, if I can take 3 damage to just kill him. Why the hit? Because I exhaust these 3. Don't love it. Let's roll the rest. Roll 2. That's a regular hit. Roll 2. This is roll 3. Sure. All the dice I can roll, so now we're Fairy Godmother's Blessing. I just need to roll. Oh, I banish a die to do this. Oh. Nice. Okay. Hits. I can't technically exhaust them. So, I don't know, actually. There's only one. So I can suffer it because my guess is since I cannot exhaust it, then I cannot do that. In each roll, oh yeah, it's not technically a roll dice step at all. Yeah, he would not trigger at all. But that's enough either way. What did I move on to him? Oh no, what did I move on to him? Oh no, it was banished. Is it a green or another purple? Somebody scrub. Purple. Alright. Return to banishment. All these are exhausted. All those are returned to banished. So I get +1 gold for each enemy node and plus enemy node on the current forest card. So I get 1, 2, 4 gold. From banishment? Yeah. I return to. Leaves me with one non-banished perk. I will recover that along with green, blue, yellow. 6. 8 gold. Withers at like a freebie. So I will roll 1. Cool. Butter knife. I'll spend 3 gold to buy the butter knife. The butter knife can be flipped into the better knife. I was going to point out, I'm going to use it to put in my smelting pot. But, you know, if you weren't a monster like me who is just smelting every beautiful piece of art that comes in front of you. So I'm going to move on to any of them. Ultimately, this move up there. We are on a blighted enemy. It's going to have +2 health, +1 attack. 3 to this feller. I'm going to rely on my heavy lifting. This one, I should die. And hopefully we don't take 3 damage here. Okay. Yeah, we did it. That's at least 3 damage. So, Wither has been defeated. I flip a daytime card in my path to nighttime or add a nighttime. Not do that. We'll have to flip something. That is a hefty wolf. There's a campfire after. There was. Huh. That one adds a pretty easy wolf, honestly. Possibility of a wolf. Let's flip that one, and then I resolve a Fable card. Murbirch. If 3 or fewer forest cards are in play, add a nighttime card to your path. If 4 or more forest cards are in play, +1 strategy. Mamma mia. Max strategy. Exactly 4 in play. Alright. All of these rebanish. Okay. On to the Explore. 5 gold. Fable. No other effect. Eyes of the Wood. Set Eyes of the Wood next to your hero. You may now roll purple dice when exploring. The next time you pay gold, banish dice, or decrease your health for any reason, discard this. That's going to be sticking around too long. And I would have recovered after the Wither. Let's just go. I want to try a random Fable. Mannequin. Bad could it be? Howl at the Moon. Set Howl at the Moon beside the Grandma's Cabin card and place up to 1 ready or exhausted die of each color on it. When you reach the Grandma node, plus health equal to the number of dice here, then return them to your dice pool. Oh. I mean, I don't love that these are out of my pool until I get to the cabin, but I will get 3 health back. There. Honestly, this is so. But I might not. Wolf plus 5 enemies. I'm actually just going to go up. Go up 1 uses 1 enemy. Discard the butternut to enemy. Give me some bird. Right. Put a yellow into exploring. Miss, that's fine. Peek at the last item in the deck. Veil. We'll buy the veil. Throw it at an enemy. Actually, the veil's quite good. The veil is a single-use item. Negate the effects of 1 non-boss enemy until the end of the current conflict, or upgraded side. While on a nighttime node, negate the effects of 1 non-boss enemy until the end of the current conflict. We'll actually spend 4 to upgrade. 2 gold. I'm in a place where I kind of don't want to smelt any remaining items. Bit of a move into this Wolfpack node. Wolfpack plus 2 enemy. Growl. At the start of each strategy phase after the first, explore 1 nighttime forest card. Yeah, right, dummy. I already explored all those. Let's see. Purple cannot be rolled, committed, or used for effects. So I will use the Fey Veil to negate that effect. Just for the final roll, it's going to be bad if I don't do that, I think. One final roll. Let's see. Leave it up. It's a big roll from the Fairy Godmother. Honestly don't know. Is it always 4? It is always 4 to upgrade, at least in this deck. I think that varies, but I believe it's always 4 in this one. So I'm going to put 2 dice in. That's a hit. Put a hit on the Weevil. And I will, in the apply dice step, banish an unapplied blue or yellow to set 1 committed die to it. Kill the Weevil. Bring 2 gold up to 4. And then I'm just going to pass and banish that to use the Fairy Godmother's Blessing. That's a crit, a hit, and 3 other hits. That's exactly enough. So 6 and 3. Wow. So this one gives me +1 health, and I may flip my hero. Honestly, don't know if it matters. I honestly think this is probably a better side for me, because I'm never going to get that red die to be able to banish it. So Wolf back down. +4 gold to 8. Rebanish everything there. This is exhausted. It's recovered. These are defeated. Do I want to try and search up more items? I'm up to 8 gold. We're in final stretch here. So that was another 3 enemies I'm gonna have here. Okay, interesting. Blunderboss is coming up. 4 enemies away. If I'm it right, he could. I'm gonna come out in a great way anyway. He's just gonna do beans. Let's see. We got one place to go, so that doesn't really matter much. I'm going to shuffle up the item deck because it's empty. I think I'm going to go 3 enemies. So I got where to miss most of the stream. Just to confirm, there will be an Elder Scrolls trophy chest, and I should definitely be working overtime tonight to afford it. Of course, yes, correct. There will be a guild vault. Is the name for that one. Guild vault will hold all the stuff for the Elder Scrolls. Up to the enemy node. Get some enemies. There's gonna be 3 enemies. I love it. I'm not a fan. It's 3. Wish it was 4. Oh, Blunderboss. I want him to enter right now. Just kill everything. I'm gonna use the Fey Veil to negate the Porcupil. That effect is nasty. Where is that? Oh, it is. It is. Roll 2 dice. Roll 3 dice. So I've got 2 damage, but I'm gonna banish this to use my ball. Turn this into a crit. Kill this man. Give me some more gold, please. Up to 12. Porcupil is not active. This effect is doing nothing. Pass over. I'm gonna. Oh boy, I'm getting low. I'm gonna banish this die to use the Fairy Godmother's Blessing. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4. Yes, 10 damage is enough. So I will get 1, 4, 5 gold to 7, 9. Exhausted and recovered. These are all needed. I don't have any dice left to explore with. Oh no, I can never visit the merchant. I've made a terrible mistake. I should not have banished that yellow die. Well, got lots of gold for bribing, I suppose. Coming to the end of the enemy deck as well. 6. Let's move on to a Fable. Fables seem fun. Dawn of the Dogs. People banish dice. Okay, so Eyes of the Wood have been discarded because I banished a dice. Dawn of the Dogs. You may activate the top Wolfpack card and immediately resolve an engagement against it. You may not repeat the strategy phase during this engagement. Top Wolfpack card. You may not repeat the strategy during this engagement. Interesting. I will do that. Get me a Wolfpack in here. Rowdy. Start of each engagement for each ready purple. Well, I have no purples left. So he will not plus enemies. Man, this is interesting. I'm just gonna skip all the phases. Banish this. Hope for 5 hits with the Fairy Godmother's Blessing. We got there. That's at least 5. He is done. Roll all exhausted dice, recover each hit. I don't got none, fool. Into the pack they go. It's interesting. Up to the fire. I will spend 2 gold. I don't want to banish dice. I'm feeling very vulnerable on dice. That is all I do there. And then Wolfpack plus enemy, plus enemy, plus enemy. So I get to recover 3 health and these dice, but I'm maxed out at 6. So this is 4 enemies plus.
Get the money for beating.
He did not have money on him. He had an ability. The Wolfpack usually don't have money. They usually just have effects. His was roll all exhausted dice and recover any hits. I have none exhausted dice. They're all banished. I've been playing my favorite dumb build. So I can face either the big bad wolf or the bigger badder wolf. And I have 1 modifier. Set Dark Domain next to the final boss, adding the following effect. The final boss has +1 health for each daytime forest card explored this game. I've not been tracking that. Let's say on average that was 6. It's either 5 or 6. Not a big deal either way. 5 or 6. You are supposed to be putting those in a pile with the correct explored side. Not do. So I can either face the big bad wolf or the bigger, badder wolf. So the big bad wolf is probably who I'll be fighting. This strategy that I have built, and you get to choose at this time, I believe. In each round, you can only roll 1 die of each color. Any committed dice that cannot be rolled are immediately exhausted. You may -1 to any stat for +1 to the number of each color you can roll at the end of this. Not that big of a deal, because I kind of have to go hard in on the fairy godmother anyways. Bigger, badder wolf, though, when revealed for each defeated wolf pack enemy, is 4, either -2 to any stat or add that enemy to the engagement.
The total.
Okay, so he's got +5. So let's give him a 5er here. Oh no, let's just do a 5 health. Yeah, +5. Max number of dice that can be applied to bigger, badder wolf in each applied dice step is equal to the number of pack wolves that were activated this conflict. Interesting. So there is or defeated. I'm going to just do the bigger, badder. When revealed for each defeated wolf pack enemy, either -2 to any stat or add that enemy to the engagement. So 4 defeated. So I'm going to -2 from recovery down to 4, -2 down to 2. 2 of them take. That's 6 health. Get that down to 4. 3 of them. It's going to be +4 enemy. Yeah. Yikes! This is going to be bad. I'll go down to 2 health. That's right. Camel Wolf. So Blunderboss comes out very strategically. I've planned this. Comes out first. So when activated, he defeats all other enemies in the active area, which is 0 at the moment, which is really cool. Good that I arranged it so. Toadstool Imp has 7 health. This is a night.
Really good.
Bribery phase, I may banish any number of ready dice. For each die banished in this way, his bribe cost is reduced by a number of hit fixes. Starting engagement, it may exhaust 2 dice. Dice can only be committed. So I should bribe some stuff. I'm going to bribe the runt. Or no. 15. You're down to 11 gold. Runt has left the building. Let's see. I have 11 left to work with. Could banish some dice to make it cheaper. Yeah. About 8. 6 health. You can handle that. Bribe. Can't bribe 2. An 8 down to 3. Bribe this man. Goodbye. I will shoot at this Fey Veil at the Stundern. Or no, the Toadstool Imp has more health. So I'll beat him with my spot. This is my final lineup here. Smelt you later. That was really good. Get smelted. Can you smelt what I'm cooking? Can you smelt what the red is cooking? Yeah. That's a fun reference. There's always an advantage. 1 die. All right. This is just rolling everything. Gotta go for it. Okay. Crit. Maximum number of dice that can be applied to bigger, badder wolf in each applied dice step is equal to the number of pack wolves that were activated this conflict. So I activated 0, so I can apply 0 dice to bigger, badder wolf in each applied step. Which you might think is bad, but it might not be. So I have to deal all of the damage to the bigger, badder wolf in the fairy godmother step, basically, because it's not in the applied dice step. It is in its own timing. So I have to deal every bit of that 14 points of damage, and now 16, because I also have to defeat this fella. I don't have to defeat the bigger, badder wolf all at once. He's got 1 health, or 1 damage. I have to defeat this guy. He will deal 3 to me. I'll banish a die to activate the fairy godmother. Oh.
Just load my gun real
Load my wolf gun up real quick. Well, that's something. There's at least 2 crits here. I don't think this is 14 damage. Interesting. So I can put a crit here. How much is it? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 11 actually, but it doesn't really matter because the enemy has to have been able to be defeated by this damage. So I can't apply any to the big bad wolf because there's not enough to defeat him. But I have defeated the Stundern, so he doesn't do damage. So he's defeated. Clean up. So +3 gold. I do take a hit from the bigger badder wolf. So I'm down to 1. I get to recover.
Your blue dice that you applied get finished again.
Yep. Yeah. Hot tip is to never move them all. That's going to be the smartest way. I can't apply any dice to him because of what I've done. So I probably should have activated some more. But we're going to go right to Fairy Godmother's Blessing. We're going to play Fast and Dumb. We're going to banish this die. Activate.
Okay, so roll 4
to roll.
How many dice?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 dice. Yeah. That seems very fine. That last roll was really bad. This one's also very bad. Let's see. I think it might be enough, though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13. Really, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Yeah, I should have activated one of the wolves that I could apply dice to him before here. That was a really bad roll on average. Woof.
Oh, no!
Oh, I lost it in the last fight. Yeah. Let me see. One more. I mean, I've died. What's the better roll?
Oh my god.
Even worse somehow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. My goodness. So yeah, this is for the Fairy Godmother's strat to be good. You have to do it like this, but you also give up a lot of your agency. Roll one more. How many times to actually get the wolf? I think this one might have done it. Maybe not. There's only 1 crit in here.
You need crits.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The first roll was the best roll. That's crazy. How many is it going to take? Oh, there we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That was a 5 crit roll. Only took four tries on that one. That's the Fairy Godmother strat always feels overpowered to me, and then I remember that the final fight is a little A little less.
And you run into the big melting pots. So.
He is immune to smelting pots. He was born in the fire, raised in the fire. So that is Tanglewoods Red. Thanks so much for tuning in. Next week we'll be tackling Tanglewoods Gold, in which we are trying to defeat those 3 little bears.
Those guys.
See those guys. They stink. They're upset at
Cold and just right. So.
They're upset at that homeowner, or they're upset at a break-in to their home. How dare they? Those 3 little bears. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you would like to know when these are coming out, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Give this one a like. It helps us out so much with visibility. Also, if you would like to hear all about the newest Elder Scrolls campaign, at least what we are officially announcing so far, there's a link below. Heroes of Tamriel is the name of the campaign. Check us out on GameFound. We're over on the right side. Follow that quick. It helps us be more visible there as well. There's an easier link. You don't have to click more. If you want to pick this up, it is currently in pre-order, and those orders will start shipping as soon as we start fulfilling, which should be soon. Update to be coming. The pre-order link is in the visual next to my head. Right over here, or maybe the other way. Right over here. That's the one. Yep. That's where the link is. Yeah. All right. So we'll be up to gold next time, then on to white. Then we're going to probably be doing Baba Yaga. So, again, thanks for watching. Tune in this time next week. Tanglewoods Gold. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.